The 1960s were a wild time for muscle cars, and Dodge was right in the thick of it with some truly bizarre creations. From odd designs to unexpected powertrains, these 15 weird Dodge muscle cars are sure to leave you scratching your head. Number 15. Dodge Charger 426 HEMI 1966. The Dodge Charger 426 HEMI from 1966 is one of the weirdest muscle cars you'll ever see. It's not just any muscle car, it's a legend with a twist that makes it stand out in the world of classic cars. First off, the engine. The 426 cubic inch HEMI engine was an absolute powerhouse, unlike anything else in the muscle car scene. Most cars back in the day didn't have engines like this one, especially with its unique design and power. The engine itself had a huge reputation for being able to beat almost any other car on the street. But what makes this Dodge Charger truly weird? It's the combination of its powerful engine with the car's overall appearance. Unlike other cars of its time, the Charger 426 HEMI was built to be not only fast, but also stylish. The body of the car was stylish, smooth, and sporty, but it also had that strange feel of being a little bit too much at times. With a price tag of over $4,400, back in the day it was a lot for most people, but its uniqueness made it worth the cost. Moving on to the car's history, this Charger wasn't just made for show. It was a car you could drive around every day, even though it had a performance engine meant for racing. The car wasn't built for just sitting in a garage. It was meant to be driven, raced, and enjoyed on the streets. But there's one more strange detail that sets this car apart. The Charger 426 HEMI came with a special option called the undercoating, which was meant to protect the car from rust. But for this car, the undercoating was removed during restoration, and guess what? There was no rust underneath. And let's not forget the strange detail that the car still has its original engine. Many of these cars have had their engines swapped out over the years, but not this one. The 426 HEMI in this particular Charger is still the same one it came with from the factory. It's rare to find a car like this, one that hasn't been touched, altered, or replaced, making it a true piece of automotive history. Number 14. 1968 Dodge Dart GTS 440. The Dodge Dart GTS 440 from 1968 wasn't just about looks, it had a big secret hidden under its hood. Most people thought it had the smaller 383 engine, but in reality it could be hiding a giant 440 engine. This made it the ultimate sleeper, surprising many on the streets. Now, what makes this car even weirder is how it was made. Dodge sent some darts without the engine to a special company that put the big block V8 inside. These modified cars weren't covered by the usual factory warranty, and they were sent straight to special dealers. What's even more strange is that, with all that power in such a small car, the Dart was hard to control, especially without power steering. It was built for straight-line speed, not comfort. The 440 engine wasn't just any engine. It was designed to be fast and powerful, producing more than 375 horsepower, but it was often tuned even higher by its owners. This made the Dart one of the fastest cars around. Even though it looked like an ordinary compact car, the car was built to race, and it often found its way onto drag strips, where it left bigger and more expensive cars behind. One of the wildest stories about this car is that one was stolen and then found at a street race. The thief used it to embarrass a bunch of Corvettes. The car's light gray primer made it look like an old, beaten-up vehicle, but when it hit the street, it was a beast. It wasn't just the engine that made it weird. The way it was made, the way it raced, and the stories surrounding it all added to its strange charm. What's even stranger is that the car didn't come with many of the usual power features, like power windows or steering. This was probably because the original owner wanted a lighter car to race. The lack of extras made it an odd choice, but it was perfect for drag racing. The Dart GTS 440 is truly one of the weirdest muscle cars out there, with all its hidden power and unusual features. Number 13. Dodge Super Bee 1968. The Dodge Super Bee from 1968 is a weird car that really stands out among muscle cars. Unlike many of its competitors, the Super Bee was built to be affordable and fast, but with a strange twist. It was designed to look like a regular car, but it packed a big punch under the hood. Powered by a 426 cubic inch V8 engine, The Super Bee came with a choice of two powerful engines, including the famous HEMI V8 that made it one of the fastest cars on the road. What makes this car even stranger is how it was made. Dodge decided to create a performance car using existing parts, which is not something you see every day. They used the Chrysler B-body platform and added a lot of unique features like the bumblebee tail stripe that gave it its name. These cars were also given special badges that made them look even cooler. The original idea was to make it a more affordable muscle car, but with features that would make it stand out from the crowd. In terms of power, the Super Bee's engine produced 425 horsepower, and it was fast, reaching high speeds with ease. The HEMI V8 engine made it a real racing machine, though only a small number of Super Bees were fitted with this engine. Of the 7,842 cars made, only a tiny percentage came with the big HEMI, making those cars even rarer and weirder. Not only that, but the Super Bee was built for performance, which is clear from its special suspension, bigger tires, and improved brakes. This car also had a strange color, a silver shade called AA1 Silver Poly. While not as bright as some of the other Mopar colors, it was still an unusual choice for a muscle car and made the Super Bee stand out even more. Plus, its lack of certain luxury features made it even weirder for a car that was meant to be a high-performance vehicle. There were no power windows or steering, making the Super Bee a little less comfortable than other cars of its time, but that only added to its unique charm. Everything about the Dodge Super Bee from 1968, from its powerful engine to its strange styling and rare features, makes it one of the weirdest muscle cars ever made. Number 12. Dodge Coronet RT, 1967. The Dodge Coronet RT from 1967 is one of the weirdest muscle cars you'll come across. This car wasn't just built for speed. It had a special charm that set it apart from others on the road. Powered by a 440 cubic inch V8 engine, it produced 375 horsepower, which made it a powerhouse for its time. The engine was paired with a Torque Flight automatic transmission, making the car smooth to drive while still offering plenty of muscle. What makes this Coronet even weirder is how rare it is. Only 628 of these RT convertibles were made in 1967, which makes this car an extremely rare find. But that's not all. The car was special ordered in bright blue metallic with a blue vinyl interior and a white top. These unique features make the car stand out from other muscle cars of the era, adding to its weird appeal. The suspension system in the Coronet was another unusual feature. It used an independent front suspension and a live rear axle with limited slip, which was not commonly seen in many muscle cars at the time. The brakes were also special, with front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, giving the car a mix of power and control. While many cars of its time were built for racing and speed, the Coronet RT was designed for both performance and comfort. It had features like power steering and disc brakes, making it a bit more comfortable for daily driving. But despite these comforts, the car was still built to perform. It could reach high speeds and make a strong impression on the streets. On top of all this, the Coronet RT was designed to be stylish. It had clean, defined lines and an aggressive look that made it stand out on the road. The car's proportions were carefully designed to give it a balanced and attractive appearance, making it a true work of art in the muscle car world. With its unique features, powerful engine, and rare design, the Dodge Coronet RT from 1967 is definitely one of the weirdest muscle cars ever made. Number 11. Dodge Polara 500, 1960. The Dodge Polara 500 from 1960. While many cars in the 60s were focused on performance, the Polara was a mix of luxury and speed that made it stand out. It was packed with fun features that made it unique. The car's body had a lot of chrome and shiny trim, giving it a flashy look that made other cars of the time seem plain in comparison. One of the most interesting things about the Polara is its engine. It came with a 383 cubic inch V8 engine that produced 325 horsepower. This gave the car enough power to perform well on the road while still being comfortable enough to drive daily. But if that wasn't enough, Dodge offered a special engine option called the D500. This engine was also 383 cubic inches, but it came with two big carburetors and a cross-ram induction system that boosted performance. This engine made 330 gross horsepower, providing an extra burst of power for those who wanted even more speed. What really sets the Polara apart, however, is its design. The car had an unusual speedometer that was clear and gave it a futuristic look. It also featured a twin-turret clock and push buttons on either side of the dashboard to control the radio and the transmission. These quirky features made the car feel special compared to other vehicles at the time. Another weird feature of the Polara was the optional swiveling front bucket seats. These seats could rotate outward when the door opened, making it easier for people to get in and out of the car. The Polara also had a vinyl roof and a unique steering wheel with sections made of clear acrylic with silver flecks inside, making it even more stylish and futuristic. With its powerful engine options, flashy design, and fun features, the Dodge Polara 500 from 1960 is definitely one of the weirdest cars to ever hit the streets. Number 10, 1969, Dodge Challenger RT. The Dodge Challenger RT from 1969 is a perfect example of the wild and bold designs that were popular in the late 60s. It was part of the muscle car wars, where every car maker wanted to build the most powerful car with the fastest 0 to 60 times. The Challenger stood out with its aggressive look and powerful engines. What makes this Challenger even weirder is its engine. It came with the huge 439 cubic inch 446-pack V8 engine, which had 3 two-barrel carburetors. This gave the car an incredible 380 horsepower, sending all that power straight to the rear wheels. This kind of power could really tear up the road. The car also had a 3-speed automatic transmission, which helped make it easier to handle all that muscle. In terms of looks, the Challenger is a standout too. It was painted in a factory lime green metallic color with black trim, giving it a unique and bold appearance. The car also came with both hardtop and convertible versions, making it even more special. Despite its age, this Challenger is in excellent condition and looks great for a car built in 1969. However, it's been off the road for a few years, so it will need some mechanical checks before it's fully ready to drive again. What's really strange about this car is how it combines raw power with a flashy design. The Challenger RT wasn't just about speed, it was about making a statement. With its massive engine, eye-catching color, and muscle car heritage, the Dodge Challenger RT from 1969 is definitely one of the weirdest and most exciting cars from that era. Number 9, Dodge Monaco 500, 1965. The Dodge Monaco 500 from 1965 was Dodge's attempt to go head-to-head with the Pontiac Grand Prix, but with a unique twist. It was designed to offer luxury and power, but also to stand out with its quirky features and strong presence. The Monaco was part of the full-size C-body Dodge lineup, and it was meant to be both a luxury vehicle and a muscle car. What makes this car especially weird is its engine. The Monaco came with a 4-barrel 383 cubic inch V8 engine that produced 315 horsepower. This gave it plenty of power for a car that was built for comfort as much as speed. But if that wasn't enough, there was also an option for a 4-barrel 413 cubic inch V8 engine, which pushed out 340 horsepower. These engines were connected to a 3-speed automatic Torquey-Flight transmission, making it easy to handle all that muscle. The car had a unique style too. The Monaco came with a well-appointed interior that included bucket seats, a center console, and vinyl upholstery. There were also some interesting features, like the option for a tachometer in the dashboard, which was a rare sight for a car like this. The car was designed to be comfortable for passengers, but it was also built to perform. The Monaco suspension system was smooth, providing a comfortable ride, but it also had enough control to handle some performance driving. Another weird thing about this car was the price. The Monaco was more expensive than some other full-size cars from that time, but it still offered great value for the features it had. Despite being marketed as a luxury muscle car, it wasn't as refined as its competitors. However, it had a distinctive look and plenty of power, which made it stand out in a crowded market. With its powerful engine, comfortable interior, and unique styling, the Dodge Monaco 500 from 1965 is definitely one of the weirdest and most interesting muscle cars to come out of the 60s. Number 8, Dodge Dart GT, 1963. The Dodge Dart GT from 1963 is definitely one of the weirdest compact cars of its time. This car was an interesting mix of style, size, and performance, with a design that set it apart from other vehicles in the same category. Unlike its competitors, the Dart GT had a larger body and more space, which made it stand out in the senior compact category. It was almost 10 inches longer than the Valiant, making it closer in size to other full-size cars of the time, but still considered a compact. What makes this car especially weird is the engine options. The Dart GT came with a standard 170 cubic inch slant 6 engine that produced 101 horsepower. While this was decent for its time, it wasn't exactly fast, taking about 20 seconds to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. However, there was an optional engine, the 145 horsepower generated by 225 cubic inch slant 6. This upgrade made the car much quicker, cutting the 0 to 60 time to about 15 seconds, which was impressive for a compact car. Another strange feature was the handling. The Dart GT used a torsion bar front suspension, which made it feel solid and smooth on the road, even though it was a compact car. It had a firm ride that could feel stiff on rough surfaces, but it was great for cornering. The car also had drum brakes, which were decent, but not exceptional for a car this size. The column-mounted shift lever was often described as difficult to use, making it a bit annoying when shifting gears, especially when driving around town. Inside, the Dart GT had a clean and comfortable interior with bucket seats and a center console, which gave it a sporty feel. The car wasn't exactly a powerhouse, but with the right upgrades, it offered a fun driving experience. The combination of a large body, decent performance, and quirky features makes the Dodge Dart GT from 1963 one of the weirdest compact cars of that era. Number 7. Dodge Charger Daytona, 1969. The Dodge Charger Daytona from 1969 was made to win races, but it didn't just rely on power. It had a design that looked more like a spaceship than a regular muscle car. It was built to compete with the big teams in NASCAR, especially Ford, and it had some unique features that made it stand out on the racetrack. First off, the Daytona had a massive rear wing. It wasn't just for show. It actually helped the car go faster by reducing rear-end lift. The wing was so tall that it almost seemed like it didn't belong on a car, but it worked. The front end of the car had a sharp, pointed nose cone, which also helped it cut through the air more smoothly. These changes made the Daytona 5 miles per hour faster than its competitors, which was a huge advantage on the track. Under the hood, the Charger Daytona came with a powerful 440 cubic inch Magnum engine. This engine made 375 horsepower, giving the car the muscle it needed to compete. The car also had a HEMI-rated 4-speed manual transmission, which added to its racing capabilities. To handle all this power, the Daytona was equipped with a heavy-duty suspension and power front disc brakes, making it a very solid and fast car. Inside, the car had a simple, no-frills black vinyl interior with full instrumentation. It also had a tachometer with a clock, a wood-rimmed steering wheel, and a wood-grain console. These were all features that made the car feel more like a race machine than a luxury vehicle. But what makes the Dodge Charger Daytona really weird is its design and purpose. While most muscle cars were made for the streets, the Daytona was built specifically for racing. The giant rear wing, sharp nose, and racing engine made it a truly unique car, one that stood out in both looks and performance. The Charger Daytona was a car made for speed, and its bold design is what makes it unforgettable. Number 6. Dodge Coronet 500, 1965. The Dodge Coronet 500 from 1965 is definitely one of the weirdest cars from that time. While many muscle cars were designed to look fast, the Coronet 500 didn't give away its power at first glance. It had a simple, clean design, but underneath the hood was a huge surprise. The car came with the massive 426 cubic inch V8 engine, which produced an impressive 365 horsepower. This made it one of the most powerful mid-size cars on the road that year, and it could easily surprise anyone who thought it was just another plain sedan. What makes this car even weirder is the fact that the 426S engine wasn't what people expected. It was part of Dodge's effort to make a car that looked ordinary, but was extremely powerful. Unlike the race-focused HEMI engines, the 426S engine used a single 4-barrel carburetor and a more moderate camshaft, which meant it was more street-friendly, but it still packed a punch. And when you pressed the gas, it was clear that this car was special. The Coronet 500 also had some other unusual features for a muscle car. For example, it was available with a 4-speed manual transmission, something not often found in mid-size cars at the time. The heavy-duty suspension helped the car handle its power, even though it had drum brakes, which were not the best for stopping a car with so much muscle. This made the car a little tricky to drive, but it was still thrilling for those who loved the performance. Inside, the Coronet 500 was more about comfort than flash. It came with bucket seats and a center console, but it didn't have the over-the-top features that some other muscle cars had. Despite this, it was still a strong performer, able to keep up with the best of them on the drag strip. The combination of a powerful engine, simple looks, and street-friendly features made the Dodge Coronet 500 from 1965 a weird and exciting car. It didn't need flashy details to show off its power. It let the engine speak for itself. Number 5. Dodge Polara 426 Max Wedge 1963. The Dodge Polara 426 Max Wedge from 1963 is one of the weirdest and most exciting cars ever made. It may not have the famous HEMI engine, but the Max Wedge is just as powerful and rare. Under the hood, this car is equipped with a massive 426 cubic inch V8 engine that delivers an impressive 415 horsepower. This was an incredible amount of power for a car in the early 60s, and it made the Polara a true beast on the road. What makes the Polara Max Wedge even weirder is how it looks. The car has a clean design with a 6-slat front grille, which some people find unusual, but that just adds to its sleeper status. On the outside, the car looks pretty normal, but once you hit the gas, you can feel the power of the engine. The car also has a custom black vinyl interior with bucket seats and functional aluminum center console, adding a touch of sportiness to the design. In addition to the engine, the Polara also has some cool features. It comes with a 4-speed manual transmission, which adds to the driving experience. The car also has a functional hood scoop, which helps cool the engine and give the car a more aggressive look. The dual carburetors and the cross-ram intake manifold work together to ensure the car runs smoothly and powerfully. This particular Dodge Polara is a rare example, as not many cars were made with the Max Wedge engine. In fact, fewer than 10 Polaras with this engine were built, making it a very rare find. The car's restoration was done professionally, and it still looks amazing, with a red outer finish and chrome bumpers that give it a classic clean look. The combination of its powerful engine, unique design, and rare status makes the Dodge Polara 426 Max Wedge from 1963 one of the weirdest and most exciting classic cars ever produced. It's a car that was built for performance and style, and it still stands out today. Number 4. Dodge Lancer 770, 1961. The Dodge Lancer 770 from 1961 is a weird, yet classic car that stands out for its unique design and features. One of the oddest things about this car is how it blends old-school style with a reliable and smooth engine. Under the hood, the Lancer is powered by a 225 cubic inch slant 6 engine. This engine was known for its durability, but it wasn't the most powerful option out there. Instead, it provided a steady and reliable ride, which made it ideal for people who wanted something practical but stylish. This particular Lancer has a push-button automatic transmission, which was a pretty futuristic feature for the time. Instead of the typical gear lever, drivers could simply press buttons to shift gears. This made it feel like a car from the future, even though it had the charm of the past. The car's transmission is the rare 3-speed torque flight automatic, adding to its uniqueness. Despite being simple, it offered smooth shifting and a comfortable driving experience. The car's exterior is finished in a silver metallic color, which gives it a sleek and shiny look. Inside, it has blue leather upholstery, which adds a pop of color and complements the car's vintage feel. The design of the interior is thoughtful, with a dashboard that brings back memories of a bygone era. Even though the car is from the early 60s, it has a timeless look that appeals to collectors and enthusiasts alike. Another weird aspect of the Lancer 770 is its size. It's a compact car, but with a 3.7-liter engine and a decent 147 horsepower, it still feels powerful. The car has been completely repainted, and recent service work, including a new fuel pump and water pump, makes it ready to drive. This car isn't just a collector's item. It's also a practical driver with features that still feel modern today. With its rare features and classic design, the Dodge Lancer 770 from 1961 is a weird and interesting piece of automotive history. Number 3. Dodge Dart Swinger 340, 1969. The Dodge Dart Swinger 340 from 1969, blending power with a unique design. It was part of the A-body Dodge lineup, but unlike many other cars in this category, it came with a high-performance engine that made it stand out. Under the hood, the Dart Swinger was powered by a 340 cubic inch V8 engine, which was originally rated at 275 horsepower. However, with some modifications, it was upgraded to around 340 horsepower, making it a real performer for its time. What makes this car even weirder is its relatively small size, combined with the amount of muscle it packs. The Dart Swinger wasn't as big as other muscle cars, but it could easily hold its own on the road. It featured a 727 torque flight transmission, which was paired with a 3.91 rear axle ratio, making it even more suited for street racing. Despite its size, this car had the potential to go head-to-head with some of the larger, more powerful vehicles on the market at the time. Inside, the Dart Swinger had a simple yet effective interior, with bucket seats and a two-tone steering wheel. The dashboard was basic but functional, with gauges to monitor speed, oil pressure, and other important stats. The car was designed for performance rather than luxury, making it a unique mix of power and simplicity. The Dart Swinger also had a suspension system that was different from many of its competitors. It used torsion bars in the front and leaf springs in the rear, which were common for compact muscle cars. This gave it a ride that was firmer than other cars, adding to the excitement of driving it. With its powerful engine, compact design, and unique features, the Dodge Dart Swinger 340 from 1969 is definitely one of the weirdest muscle cars ever made. It's a car that packed plenty of power, but in a small, unassuming package that could surprise anyone on the street. Number 2. Dodge Coronet 426 HEMI, 1968. The Dodge Coronet 426 HEMI from 1968 was designed to stand out, and it did exactly that with its aggressive features and massive power. Under the hood, it packs a 426 cubic inch HEMI V8 engine, one of the most iconic engines Chrysler ever made. What makes the Coronet even weirder is its rarity. Only 219 of these HEMI-powered Coronet RT models were made in 1968, making it an incredibly rare car. This particular version is equipped with a factory-installed 4-speed manual transmission, which adds an extra level of excitement when driving. It's a true driver's car, with the HEMI engine giving it an unmatched performance that only a few other muscle cars could rival. The design of the Coronet is another reason why it's so unique. Finished in the bold SS1 Sunfire Yellow with a black bumblebee stripe, the car immediately catches the eye. The interior is just as cool, featuring low-back bucket seats and a center console with a 4-speed shifter. The dash is equipped with a tachometer, which is a rare sight in muscle cars from this era, adding to the car's sporty feel. Aside from the performance and design, the Coronet was also built to be durable. The drivetrain is all original and restored to factory specifications, and the engine bay is meticulously detailed down to the inspection marks and date-coded parts. The rear end is a SureGrip Dana 60, another high-performance feature that helps the car handle the massive power of the HEMI engine. With its powerful engine, rare features, and unique styling, the Dodge Coronet 426 HEMI from 1968 is a weird and extraordinary car that remains a standout in the muscle car world. It's a true collector's item, known for its performance and one-of-a-kind characteristics. Number 1. 1965 Dodge Dart 270. The 1965 Dodge Dart 270 is a unique car that stands out in the classic car world. It's not a muscle car or a performance machine, but it has its own charm with simple yet distinctive features. One of the weirdest aspects of this Dart is its compact design, with the added luxury of a mid-level trim. The exterior is finished in light blue metallic, a color that was original to the car, and the design is subtle but striking. The round headlights, chrome bumpers, and symmetrical grille give it a classic 1960s look, while the rear profile is bold with a forward-leaning pillar and oval taillights that have a unique D insert for the reverse lamp. The chrome trim around the rear bumper and other metalwork, making the exterior nearly flawless, despite a slight hue difference on the hood. Inside, the Dart continues to surprise with its mix of simplicity and style. The interior is color-keyed with contrasting blue vinyl panels on the doors. The seats have a patterned cloth insert that looks as fresh as if the car had just rolled off the assembly line. The two-spoke steering wheel, although skinny by modern standards, has finger grooves for grip and adds to the retro feel of the car. The dashboard is asymmetric, a design element that was uncommon for its time. The speedometer is round, while the other gauges for fuel, temperature, and alternator are square. The AM radio was the only entertainment system, which was all anyone really needed in the mid-60s. The carpet and headliner are in excellent condition, adding to the nostalgic feel of the interior. Under the hood, the Dart is powered by a 225 cubic inch slant 6 engine that produces 145 horsepower. It's fed by a 1-barrel carburetor and connected to a 3-speed automatic transmission. The rear axle is equipped with a sure grip system and has a 2.93 gear ratio. The suspension is made up of torsion bars in the front and leaf springs in the back, giving the car a smooth ride. Despite its simple design, the Dart feels solid and well-built, with an undercarriage that's been restored to show quality standards. This car doesn't just look good, it drives smoothly, with everything working as it should. The 1965 Dodge Dart 270 may not be the flashiest or fastest, but its clean design, reliability, and odd combination of luxury and simplicity make it a truly unique classic. Thanks for checking out the 15 weirdest Dodge muscle cars of the 1950s. If you enjoyed this, drop a comment, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more car content.